South Korea just got a new president, which is awesome. But what is actually happening in South Korea? Instead of just repeating the headlines, let me tell you about the South Korean history and systems so you can better understand what's happening now. Let's get into it. South Korea had 13 presidents. 4 of them went to prison. 3 resigned because of a revolution or a military coup. 1 ended his own life while being investigated for corruption, and only 3 managed to complete their terms without major issues. The most recent president, President Yoon, got impeached, which means that more than 2/3 of parliament voted to essentially fire him. The reason I'm telling you this is because I want you to understand that South Korean politics are very unique, and we shouldn't look at it through the Western lens. The reason President Yoon got in trouble is because he enacted martial law. Martial law puts military in charge of the country, while the president acts as a commander-in-chief. President can then use the military to suspend civil rights and freedom of speech, shut down elections, or freeze parliament. Martial law is meant for emergencies like war, where you need leaders to make quick decisions without bureaucracy. But historically, martial law was abused by leaders of different countries who make up fake emergencies and then use the military to expand their powers and become dictators. And for South Koreans, martial law is a historical trauma because 2 other presidents enacted martial law in the past and both eventually became brutal dictators. That's why they reacted so strongly this time. And to make things worse, the reasoning President Yoon gave was extremely weak. He claimed that his political opponents were making the country vulnerable to North Korea, which basically means that his political opponents didn't agree with him, he got mad and tried to shut them up with martial law. It obviously didn't work. Parliament said, no, you can't do it, and they impeached him. And now the South Korean Prime Minister took the role of president. But President Yoon can still make a comeback. The Constitutional Court has 180 days to decide what to do with President Yoon. If they uphold the impeachment, there will be a new election within 60 days after the decision. If the court overturns the impeachment, President Yoon could come back to work immediately.